today's positive quote is, no, I'm not being... What's up everyone, how's it going? So first of all, I have some big thank yous to let you guys all know about. First of all, we just reached 80,000 subscribers, which is just an amazing milestone to have reached. It's one thing to think of 80,000 subscribers, but then it's a whole nother thing to picture 80,000 people somewhere who have all subscribed because maybe they liked your content or they want to see more videos and stuff. Now that is crazy. To picture 80,000 people, that's insane. And around the same time I reached 80,000 subs, I also reached 10,000 Instagram followers. My Instagram is surfer_tua, but I post on there pictures of any wildlife or insects that I may come across during my adventures, so mostly still images. I don't do too much photography. What's this? Okay, this right here is Hikaral. I believe that's the name of this. And they look almost like a large apple, or it looks like something you would just like eat, but they may be edible, but they're not eaten very much, but they are used to make these lanterns. So at a lot of the schools in Costa Rica, they take those, and at this certain time of the year, I think it might be the day that they celebrate either it's the celebration of the Independence Day of Costa Rica, or it may be another celebration, but all the schools, all the kids of the different schools make these lanterns by drilling holes in it and putting a candle in it. And they have these big marches and walks where everyone has their lanterns, which they've made out of these things that aren't very edible. So that's very cool. I'm so excited. I'm talking crazily fast. I have some really cool stories to let you guys know about, but that'll be later on. So guys, I found that skating shoes seem to work exceptionally well for adventuring. I don't know, they're super slim, super low profile. Sometimes I use hiking boots for longer hikes and treks, but skating shoes, they work really good. Now, running shoes would work good, but last ones I had I grew out of. But skating shoes, they're really minimal. They work very good, I think. I know. A few weeks ago, this drench was here, and this is all from rain. The rain and all the water from this river here has just totally dug away at this road. Nearly half the road is missing. Yeah, I don't think a car could pull through here. But last time it was like half this size. And there's been a lot of rain recently. And this is what's ended up happening. So there's definitely a solid depth down here. That's like a little bit higher than my head. But what's strange is there's this PVC tube running right through here. So it's like there was a PVC that was buried underground, but because the water has dug away so much at the road, or this passageway, this is what we've ended up with. Ooh. Oh, don't slip. There we go. The lighting is coming from this direction, but the hill goes that way. So as I walk backwards, I will talk about a quick story. So this morning, it was pouring rain. My plan was to get up early and go. It's way too rainy, way too stormy, so I had to postpone this exploration to a little bit later. This morning, the storm ended for a little while, and right when it ended, I went for a really quick surf. It wasn't really to film and get a bunch of waves. It was just to go jump in the water with my board. If I was lucky, get one wave, but just mostly to jump in the water. And it's way too tiring to walk and talk, so we're just gonna sit here and tell the story. So I went out surfing, and I didn't bring my GoPro because I wanted to just totally relax, completely meditation. And I went out there, and after like 20 minutes, I hadn't really caught any waves, but there was all these butterflies flying around in the air, and This one butterfly landed in the water right in front of me, but it landed upside down, so its wings got totally soaked, and the butterfly couldn't get out of the water, because once their wings are totally soaked, they can't really fly, especially if they're still in the water. So it happened right in front of my eyes, so I picked up the butterfly, and I was holding the butterfly in my hand, and it was able to stand up once some of the water dried off of its wings, and then it was standing on my hand, and I was out in the ocean, pretty far out. I couldn't just like throw it and let it fly, it would probably just fall back in the water. So I waited there for a few minutes, but then I figured, you know what, I've been out here long enough, I'm just gonna go in. So I stood up on a wave using one hand, and I had the butterfly in my right hand. So I was surfing with the butterfly in my hand. That has never, ever, ever happened to me before. But of course it happened the day I didn't have my GoPro, so I don't have footage of it. If you don't want to believe me that it's true, that's totally fine. But I wouldn't gain anything by lying and telling some fake story. So then I surfed in, and then I started walking home with the butterfly in my hand. And then after a little while, like 10 minutes, the butterfly just like took off and flew away. And there's something about when you help out either anything that's living, whether that's a person or an animal or insect or something, and you help it out or even save their life, it's just a really cool feeling. So the fact that I was able to save the butterfly's life from drowning out in the ocean, I don't know, it was just it was a really cool feeling. So of course I could be like, oh, I wish I just had the GoPro so that I could have filmed this, but there's a really good chance, I bet if I had the camera, that same experience wouldn't have happened to me. But at least I get to tell the story and tell it through that. So I guess you get to use your imagination of how the situation was, and you get to picture it. If there's footage, that's cool because you get to see exactly how it was. But kind of like with a book, you have to come up with your own, you have to use your imagination to picture how it was. So yeah, cool butterfly story. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I'm out of breath, but we're gonna do a wall run. Ready? Here we go. Whoa, whoa, I can't believe we did that. So a few of you guys have asked me, Atua, what do you carry with you when you go out adventuring? Well, I try to go fairly lightweight. Now, if I can, I like to take my stuff just in my pockets if it's not too many items. But if it's gonna be for an extended period of time where I'm gonna be out doing stuff, I'll usually just bring a backpack because I don't really like strapping stuff to maybe my shorts and then like strapping stuff to my body. I'd rather just have a bag and just have everything in the bag than having stuff hanging off of my, like having a belt and having stuff hanging off of it. But today I don't have a bag, and all I have is, of course, the camera. And today I have a G7X with this little cam caddy, which just, the combination for me works really good for stuff like this. And then this is an iPhone 5, which used to be my dad's, but then he got a different phone, so I was able to take this one over. And this phone is amazing. It's just, I use it to put up all my posts on my social medias, and it's been through some pretty crazy stuff. It's been in rivers, not like in the river, but like over top of rivers. This phone has come along on a lot of adventures, and recently the battery started expanding, so I got the battery replaced, but the phone still works, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I would say a phone is probably the most versatile thing you could bring. First of all, emergency. This is like a great first aid kit, because if anything majorly horrible happens to you, make a call. Having a few band-aids isn't going to be able to fix a broken bone, whereas if you have a phone, you can call for help. One of the surf shops was having a sale. They were selling 2 shirts for the price of 1, so I was able to pick this up and another shirt for a pretty good deal. It's like 50% off. That's a great deal, I would say. So this is pretty cool because I can take it on adventures. It looks like a normal shirt. It doesn't look like a tight-fitted rash guard. I can wear it surfing if I would like to, and if I'm pouring in sweat, it dries out fairly quickly and it's fairly breathable. And then always bring some type of little knife. This right here is just a small pocket knife, but if I come across some type of wild edible that I would like to slice up, or just, it's just nice. There's a lot of uses for a small knife. It doesn't have to be some crazy, ginormous knife, but just something small can help out a lot. I don't remember where I got this. And then of course just bring a small amount of money, but I just keep it in the back of my phone case, so if I do come across a store and I do want to pick up a snack, it's nice to just have a little bit of money just in case. Money is actually, you'd think, well, if you're out in the jungle or out adventuring, well, what good is money gonna do? Maybe you come across a store somewhere, you find a road and then there's a little supermarket. Having just a little bit amount of money cannot hurt, especially it's so slim and lightweight. I would say always carry just a little bit. It doesn't have to be like a lot of money, but just like a few bucks. Very, very good piece of kit. Today's positive quote is, "No, I'm not being immature, I'm just having fun. You should try it sometime." What this quote means to me is, I think people sometimes get being immature sometimes confused with joking around and having a good time, because maybe when you're a younger kid, you seem to always find a way to have a good time doing stuff, whether it's just like something very simple, making it interesting by wondering about it and stuff and trying to figure it out. And you could say, oh well, he's young, so he or she is young, so they're young and immature. But then maybe when you're older and maybe you're joking around about something, or you're just kind of like acting silly, acting goofy, people sometimes be like, oh, that person's so immature. When you're not actually immature, you're just having a good time, having the mentality of maybe a kid, like joking around about stuff maybe, or seeing the simplest things, making them interesting, then maybe other people see them. So yeah, don't get having fun and being interested in stuff confused with being immature. Now there is a being immature, but never mind. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed coming along on today's, I don't know what to call these things. I always say adventure and I always say exploration. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along. Remember to keep always doing more awesome stuff, and I will see you guys tomorrow early in the morning. Bang! Woohoo! Whoa. If you want to see other recent videos, click here. And if you like my work and what I'm doing, please consider visiting my Patreon page. You can support me for as little as $1 and gain access to live streams, exclusive videos, and more. Click below or link in the description.